Welcome to another class learning English without translation with the beautiful story of Ayrton Senna, the greatest and bravest and the best driver of all times. If you want to check all the previous other classes, just go to my YouTube channel. That's going to be Felipe Andre on YouTube, and you will be able to watch all. By the way, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you always receive new classes every time I go live. Okay? And there you will be able to find Felipe André on YouTube, all the previous classes on Ayrton Senna, and also other series like Learning English Without Translation on the quarantine, COVID-19, Learning English Without Translation with Sherlock Holmes, with Marley and Me, the movie, okay? Hamlet by Shakespeare. So lots and lots and lots of super fun, exciting, interesting classes on the series Learning English Without Translation, Learning English Like Children, learning if you want to be able to speak English like and to native speakers, you have got to learn like children. No grammar rules, no studying, no boring tables and drillings, decorebas artificiais, no translation. How do children learn English? Listening to super fun stories. And if you really want to change your English, get this. English classes will never change anybody. You will never improve your English or become fluent by watching English classes. Never. What really changes your English, what really has the power to make you fluent, is the post class, the after class with audios and activities. So, if you really want to improve your English, after you watch the classes, go to my Spotify, Felipe André Inglês. Felipe André Inglês on Spotify. And listen to the classes. Listen. And if you really, really want to improve and become fluent, after you have watched and listened, go to our gift, our present. Eu estou dando 15 dias de acesso exclusivo ao aplicativo dos alunos da Escola da Fluência, que é o meu programa de fluência para adultos, aonde você já tem aqui mais de 300 atividades para você fazer e praticar com uma tecnologia brilhante, na praticidade do teu celular, na palma da sua mão. Você tem os áudios da narração do livro original, feito por um britânico. E aí você tem várias atividades, ok? Para praticar o seu conhecimento a respeito da aula. Então, a aula de inglês não muda a vida de ninguém. O que muda a vida de alguém é o pós-aula feito com áudio e atividades designadas para te ensinar a pensar e responder prontamente em inglês, sem tradução, sem português, sem decoreba, sem macetinho. Felipe, como é que eu faço para acessar este presente? 15 dias de aplicativo exclusivo dos seus alunos. Bem aqui, ó, você vai vir aqui no meu YouTube Felipe André, você vai vir aqui na aula 2 do Sena, você vai abrir a aula 2 do Sena, e aqui, ó, em 48 minutos, lá para 48, aos 48 minutos da aula 2, eu ensino como que você acessa este presente. 15 dias de acesso ao aplicativo exclusivo dos meus alunos para praticar as aulas do Sena. Ok? Tá aqui na aula 2 do Sena. Lá no finalzinho, 48 minutos, eu explico como que você faz para acessar. Fechado? Beleza? Então, let's continue. This is where we have stopped yesterday. Last class. For 5 months, Senna tried to live in São Paulo without racing, but he couldn't. His father finally understood that his future wasn't in the family business. So, in February 1982, Ayrton left, divorced, broke up with, separated from, he left, he divorced, he broke up with Lillian, and he moved back to England. His father helped him with money again, and now he now also, besides his father, he also had a little help from some businesses too, companies, enterprises. The businesses, they gave him money, and they gave him, Senna, money, and he, Senna, put their names on, he, Senna, put their, the businesses, names and logos, brands, on his car. This is called sponsorship. When a company, a business, gives money to an event, Rock and Rio, the World Cup, Big Brother, okay? To a person, an athlete, an actor, a celebrity. And in exchange for the money, they will display the brand, the logo, the symbol on the event, on the TV network, on their clothes, on their car. Okay? So, for example, if we check Formula One Ferrari, we have here Ray-Ban, UPS, Shell, Hublot, do lado do capacete dele ali, ó. Those are the brands. The symbol is the brand, the logo. Okay? Those are the brands, the businesses that are sponsoring Ferrari. They pay Ferrari to put their logo, their brand on Ferrari's car. Okay? If we check Mercedes, for example, just a minute. If we check Mercedes, okay, so we have here Mercedes, the biggest major sponsor, Petronas, and then we have AMG, Epson. If we check the Red Bull racing car, the major official number one most important sponsor, Red Bull, the energy drink. And then we have Esso, the gas station. And we have Honda, the car manufacturer. Honda is maybe the second most important sponsor. Okay? As I told you, if we check Rafael Nadal, the tennis player, his number one major sponsor is Nike. If we check Roger Federer, another tennis player, his most important sponsors are Uniqlo, the clothes manufacturer, Uniqlo, and Wilson, that produces his rackets. So they pay Federer to show, to display their brand when he is playing. Djokovic, his number one most important sponsor, Lacoste or Lacoste, okay, is his number one most important sponsor. If we check CBF, Seleção Brasileira de Futebol, sponsors. So, if we check here, the major sponsor, Guaraná Antártica, the biggest usually is the major, the official, the number one. And then we have second, third sponsors: Itaú, Vivo, and Nike. Okay, so that is called sponsorship. It's when a company gives money to display, to show their brand somewhere. Okay? Sponsorship. Continuing, in the 1982 season, Senna raced, competed, disputed the Formula 4 2000 championship. The Formula 4 2000 cars were harder, more difficult to drive than the Formula 4 1600 cars that Senna had driven the year before. And he didn't have much time to practice. He didn't have much practice time before the start of the season. But nevertheless, even though he didn't have much practice time before the start of the season, he still was the winner of his first race by almost 10 seconds. He was easily the best driver in Formula Ford that year. He won 23 of his 30 races. He was easily the best driver in Formula 4 that year. He won 23 of his 30 races. Okay? Senna was hands down, by far, no undisputed, easily the best driver in Formula 4 that year. He was by far, hands down, undisputed. Okay? Easily the best driver in Formula Ford that year. From 2010 to 2015, Lionel Messi was hands down, by far, undisputed, easily, no questions, no doubts. He was the best soccer player in the world. Okay? Uh, in my opinion, Felipe André, iPhone is hands down, by far, easily, undisputed, the best phone, the best smartphone in the world. Okay? Okay? Uh, what else? What else? For example, for example, tennis and beach tennis are growing in Brazil. They are becoming more and more popular, more and more practiced. Every year, yet soccer is still hands down, by far, undisputed, easily, no questions, no doubts. Soccer is still hands down, by far, the number one sport in Brazil. Okay? So, teacher, how can I say, tradução da confirmação, how can I say, de longe, sem sombra de dúvida nenhuma, de longe, unanimidade, fulano é o melhor, ciclano é não sei o que, tatatã, tatatã. Ok? Hands down. Hands down, by far, undisputed, no questions, no doubts. E aqui você tem 1, 2, 3, 4. Ok? Examples. Another one. Industries are investing lots of money to improve the quality of artificial milk for babies and infants. Bebês, bebezinhos. Yet, breastfeeding 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 is still hands down, by far, undisputed. There is no dispute. There is no questioning. There is no doubt. Breastfeeding is, apesar das indústrias estarem investindo muito para melhorar a qualidade dos leites artificiais para bebês, para bebezinhos e tal, né? Ali até 2 anos de idade. Ainda assim, breastfeeding is still, hands down, by far, undisputed, easily the best and healthiest option for a baby. Ok? Beleza? Ok? Um último exemplo que me vem à cabeça. Esse é o melhor jeito de se aprender inglês. Learning English through, né, através de exemplos, imagens, vídeos, gestures, do jeito que eu faço aqui. Eu estou te dando vários exemplos. Aí eu mostro imagem, eu mostro vídeo, gesticulo. Ao invés de traduzir, ao invés de ficar regrinha, decoreba, né? Aprender assim, learning English like children, through examples, images, videos, gestures. In my opinion, this is by far, hands down, ao gesto, hands down, undisputed, by far, hands down, easily the best way to become fluent. Ok? Yes. Okay, some images here. The 1600 cars were easier to drive. Like, this is easy, simple. This is hard, difficult. Driving a Formula 2000 car was harder, more difficult than driving a 1600 car. Por sua vez, driving a Formula 1 car is even harder, even more difficult than driving a Formula 2000. Ok? Senna didn't have much practice time before the start of the season. He still won. Let's go to the next paragraph. After this, what? After this, what? After winning 23 of his 30 races, which is equivalent to, after winning 77% of the races, some good teams invited Senna to join them. Okay? They who? They, some good teams, they wanted Senna to race, to dispute, to compete in Formula 3 the next year, and perhaps, maybe, who knows, possible, maybe yes, maybe no, talvez, quem sabe, Formula 1 the year after that. Senna wasn't interested in a perhaps, maybe yes, maybe. Am I going to race in Formula 1? Perhaps, maybe, maybe yes, maybe no. Who knows? It's possible. It's an option. It's a possibility. Talvez, quem sabe. Senna wasn't interested in a perhaps. He said no to them all. So, ele era muito massa, né, velho? Ele era top. Senna wasn't a perhaps kind of guy. He was a 100% sure kind of guy. He wasn't interested in a maybe, perhaps, you will race in Formula 1. He wanted to be assured, to be sure it would happen. Correr na Fórmula 1, né? Because of that, he said no to all the good teams. He said no to them all. He said no to them all. Okay? He said no to all of the good teams. Them, the good teams. All of them. No one offered him a car in Formula 1 for the next year. So he chose to drive for the best team in Formula 3, which was West Surrey Racing. After a few months at home in Brazil, Senna, so he came to Brazil on vacation at the end of the season, December, January, and then he came back to Europe to to compete the 1983 Formula 3 season with, and he started the 1983 Formula 3 season with 9 easy wins. He even won when he was ill. When he was, deixa eu ver se eu acho aqui. He even won when he was ill. When he was sick. Okay? Even when he was ill, sick, not 100%, he still won the race. Okay? No one could remember a better driver in Formula 3. But then things started to go wrong. So he started the season with 9 easy wins, 9 easy victories, even when he was ill, sick, he won. But then things changed. Everything was easy. Everything was fine. Senna was winning, victory after victory after victory. But then something happened and things changed and they started to go wrong. A British driver, Martin Brundle, won the 10th He was the winner of the race number 10, the 10th race, because Senna's car had the wrong set of tires for the weather. Okay? So, in Formula One, there are tires for dry weather, when the track is dry. There are tires for when the track is dry. Okay, dry. There are tires for when the track is wet, a lot of water. And there are tires for when the track was wet, it was raining, and it stopped raining. The track is getting dry again. So in that case, you will go with an intermediate set of tires. Okay? No rain, raining. It was raining, it's getting dry. The water is disappearing from the track. Okay? So, Martin Brundle, he was the winner of the 10th race because Senna's car had the wrong tires for the weather. Brundle's car also had a better engine. Just a minute. Aqui os dois juntos, Martin Brundle and Ayrton Senna. Ok? Os comparativos, né? Good driver, better, the best. Aqui quando o Senna começou a correr pelo West Surrey Racing, the best Formula 3 team that year. Aqui, deixa eu botar aqui, ó. Engine. 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 So, things started to go wrong because Senna's car had the wrong tires for the weather, and Brundle's car also had a better engine. And after this what? After winning the 10th race, Martin Brundle became hard to beat. But because of all Senna's 9 wins at the start of the season, a second place in the rest of the races could make him the champion. Because Senna had such a great start with 9 easy wins, a second place in the rest of the races could make him the champion. But Senna didn't like to be second. Instead, race after race, he tried everything to overtake Brundle. He often crashed. In one race, Martin Brundle remembers, Senna drove his car right on top of mine. I couldn't get out of the car until they moved his car away. Deixa eu ver se eles botaram. Eu acho que eles botaram. Mas aqui não tá passando o vídeo. Deixa eu ver se eu acho aqui. Então, o Senna, achei. O Senna começou o campeonato super bem, venceu 9 corridas. Tava tudo indo fácil até um dia que botaram o pneu errado e o Martin Brundle ganhou a 10ª corrida. E ali foi um turning point, né? Deu uma pivotada no cenário. Tava tudo fácil para o Senna, ali deu uma mudada. Mas mesmo assim, como ele tinha tido um começo maravilhoso, 9 vitórias, se ele chegasse segundo, terceiro, ele ainda era o campeão, por causa das 9 vitórias que ele ganhou, as primeiras 9 corridas todas. Então bastava que ele, por exemplo, chegasse em segundo, o resto do campeonato ele ia ser o campeão do ano. Só que o Senna não gostava de ser segundo lugar, ele queria ser o primeiro sempre. E aí ele tentava de tudo sempre para overtake Brundle. He often, usually, frequently crashed. In one race, Martin Brundle remembers he drove his car right on top of mine. I couldn't get out of the car until they moved his car away. Essa daqui é a cena, ó. Do dia que o Senna, he was trying to overtake, to get in front, Martin Brundle, and he drove his car on top of Martin Brundle. Ó. Primeira coisa que ele faz é ver se o Martin Brundle estava bem. Deve ter pedido desculpa, o Senna tinha um caráter fantástico. And he trying to overtake Martin Brundle, he drives his car right on top of Martin Brundle. Oh my God. Por quê? Porque a maioria dos pilotos, se o segundo lugar serve para ele ser campeão, ele chega em segundo. O Senna não. O Senna não interessa. Eu quero ser o primeiro, eu quero ser o primeiro. Ele era obcecado em ser o primeiro. Aqui, ó, eu vou mostrar um vídeo. The top 10 overtakes of the 2020 F1 season. Ok? That's to overtake someone. Okay? Another one, another overtake. Por causa do tempo, vamos pular um pouco aqui. Another one. Overtake. Number 5. Double overtake. Double overtake. He overtook 2 cars at the same time. It was a double overtake. Vamos ver a número 1 logo, por causa do tempo. Russell's left it have a go on this twisty section of the track, the middle section. He's got the inside line at turn 7, and he goes past his teammate George Russell, overtakes Valtteri Bottas. That was committed, it was brave, it was brilliant. He's wearing racing boots that are size 2. That's an overtake. Into that Mercedes car. Maybe he just wants to get to the finish a little bit quicker because his foot's hurting him a bit. Okay. But when he gets his foot down, This is just brilliant. Wow. Ok? E assim nós terminamos mais uma aula. Hoje a gente viu bastante vocabulário, né? Se fosse dar um título para a aula de hoje, Improve Your English Vocabulary, Learning Without Translation with Ayrton Senna. né? A gente viu aqui hoje, ó, by far, hands down, undisputed, perhaps, overtake, engine. Revemos tires, dry weather, wet weather, ill, sick. Então, seguramente 10 palavras novas para o seu English vocabulary, learning the best way. E agora, como sempre, é hora de se inscrever no canal, curtir essa aula, ir lá no Spotify para ouvir novamente essa aula. A partir de amanhã ela vai estar lá. E enquanto isso, você já pode acessar outros áudios, todas as outras aulas em áudio e outros áudios, ok? E as atividades para praticar cada uma das aulas. Para praticar cada uma das aulas, ok? E fazer as atividades. E mais uma vez, né? Se você... como é que eu faço para ter acesso a esses 15 dias de presente que o Felipe deu de acesso ao aplicativo, do exclusivo dos alunos da Escola da Fluência. Você vem aqui no meu YouTube, e... Oxente. Cadê? Tá aqui, ó. Aula 2. Aos 48 minutos da aula 2, eu explico como você faz para acessar os 15 dias de presente, acesso do aplicativo, tá? Beleza? Quiser baixar o material de estudos, os slides e as anotações, na descrição do vídeo tem um link do Telegram, você clica lá e lá no Telegram estarão as anotações e os slides para você. Fechou? Beleza? God bless you. See you in the next class. Bye.